going to jump right into this spreadsheet here. So we're using Happy Candle Co., of course. We came up with that name before when I made the shipping boxes for you. Then with any sort of pricing that you're going to be doing, you need to know what all of your materials are. So these are called components, or in the supply chain world, they call it bill of materials. So your bill of materials is every single piece of a product that you need to actually make that product. So in a bill of materials, you will have fragrance oil because we're going to do candles. So we're going to have our fragrance oil here. We're going to have our jar, our wicks, our wick clip, our wax, our lids, our dusters if you're using them, and lids if you're using them. If you're using both, great. If not, then you could take off one or the other. And then I use U-printing to create my own custom shipping boxes. You can do that if you want, but it's definitely not necessary. Do what's right for your business at the time. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly how much my boxes cost, but I'm just gonna put 50 for $300. Then if you want to do personal candle boxes like the white linen boxes, or you want to create your own personal box to go over the physical candle that's not a shipping box, let's say we're going to get 25 of those for $100. And then you want to think about shipping. Some people add shipping costs into the cost of their product, and some people are able to offer free shipping. It just really depends on where you are in your business at the moment, if you can afford to do that or not, because you want to have a good profit margin. And so I know for shipping a 12-ounce jar candle, with all the packaging that I use, usually comes out to about 2 pounds. And so that costs me about $9. Sometimes it could be $7 or $8, just depending on where it's going and if I'm using UPS or USPS. USPS tends to be a pain, so I try to use UPS whenever possible, because they're such sticklers about the boxes and how things are packaged and all of this stuff. And so I just don't have time to deal with that. Sometimes you'll get a good person at the window that's like, oh, fine. And then you'll get another person that's like, oh, I don't know, candles. Yeah, we can ship candles. It's done all the time. So anyhow, I digress. You want to add in shipping if your business is not at the place where it can provide free shipping. I mean, and that's okay. Once you're able to get to that point, the customers that were with you are going to stay with you, and they're going to be super excited once you're able to offer free shipping if you go that route. But candles are extremely expensive to ship, so you may want to think about adding some sort of shipping cost, even if it's not the full thing, just half of it or whatever, into the cost of your product. And so then you need wick stickers and you need warning labels to make up a full candle. And so after that's all said and done, the total cost per candle is going to be $28.42 is what Happy Candle Co.'s candle is going to cost. So for fragrance oil here, you see 70 cents. Let's just say 1 ounce of this 10-ounce fragrance oil is what you use to make one of your candles. So it's going to cost you 70 cents per candle for a 10-ounce bottle of fragrance oil, right? And then as far as the jar is concerned, you're going to pay $3. So just one of those is just $3. And then for the wicks, it'll be 28 cents per wick if you're getting a bag of 75. And then for your wick clips, it'll be 7 cents per wick clip if you're getting a bag of 100, and they're costing you $7. For your wax, it's pretty much standard across the board for wax to be about 45 pounds, I've found, unless you're ordering in bulk, which is a better idea. But some people's businesses aren't at that point where they can or need to even order more. But there is an option for that, and whatever supplier you're working with, they usually have wholesale pricing where you can order in bulk. And so that's what I've done for my wax. But for starters, we're going to run with 45 pounds at $150, which is going to cost you $3.33 per candle. And so that, and generally the fragrance oil, depending on who you're going with, those two things, along with shipping and maybe boxes, are going to be the most expensive. And so then if you're going to use a lid, you see that that's $1. So for one lid, it's $1. And then if you're using dusters for 12, it's $5 from whatever supplier you want to use. This is just a pretend sheet here. So it could be 42 cents per duster. And so after that, 42 cents per candle, because the dusters cost $5 for 12. And so then we're going to go down to the personalized shipping boxes. If you want to do that, you want to order more in bulk. The more you order, the less of a cost it is. So this cost could go down to $1 or $2 per candle if you order like 500. So let's say same cost, $300, whatever. We're going to make it 500 boxes. Boom, that's 60 cents per box. Guaranteed, you're not going to get 60 cents per box. Probably not even China, especially if you're personalizing the boxes. So that's not really realistic, but you get the drift. And then if you're doing candle boxes over your physical candle, let's say 25 of those is $100. So we're going to pay $4 per candle for that. And then we're going to shipping. Add it in if you want. Wick stickers, about 20 cents per candle. And then warning labels, about 42 cents per candle. Again, I don't know what supplier you're using. These are made up numbers, so it could be a lot cheaper. But for the sake of this video, this is what we're running with. And so how you come up with that, you see I already have the formula there. You're going to divide the cost of the actual material by the quantity. And that's how you come up with the per candle cost. And so total cost, after we sum everything up, total cost of the candle to make is $28.42. Now, if you go to market and you sell your candle for $50, then you're going to get a 43%. You're going to have a 43% profit margin. And so basically what that means is if you take 50 and you subtract the cost of the candle, you're going to be making $21.58 off of each candle that you sell. I think that that's cool. A lot of people want to be at more of a 50% profit margin, especially if the plan is to get into retail. When you go into retail, you're going to have to lower your costs significantly. So you're going to have to lower the total cost of your actual product significantly because retail is going to have to make a profit along with you. So if you're selling your candle at $28.42 and retail is like, hey, I want to purchase those candles, but I also need to make a profit. It's like, okay, do you want to cut into your profit, or, how do you want to do this? So you just want to make sure you're mindful of what you're charging. Also, a 43 to 50% profit margin is really, really great because right here, we're just adding up the materials. We're not adding in our time, And so I think that right here, this 43% profit margin is actually making up for your time as well. Because you're not going to go and work a physical job and not make any money for the work that you're doing. So you're going to have to calculate your time in there too. So if you're making $21 for a candle, that's not necessarily saying that, you're like price gouging or anything like that, but it takes time. The setup takes time. The creating the candle makes time. Labeling the candle, all of the things that you put into your product, it takes time. It takes gas for you to take it to the post office and, get it shipped off. So all of these things they need to be accounted for. Okay. So this is basically the method that I use to try to come up with how I am going to price my candles, price my beard oils, anything that I'm selling. This is the method that I use. So yeah, I create my bill of materials. That's everything that's all of the components that's going into one physical candle. So quantity is important. The total cost of what it's going to cost you to buy that 10 ounces of fragrance oil or that 45 pounds of wax. And then you just break it down per candle and you'll be able to see what you can likely charge for each candle or beard oil or t-shirt or whatever it is you're going to sell. This will help you to figure that out. It's fairly simple. It's pretty easy. Generally, it's up to your discretion what you want to charge for your product. The companies that I've worked for, they definitely stay above a 40% profit margin for sure. And they are getting their materials for pennies on a dollar because most of the companies get this stuff from China. Outside of maybe the alcoholic beverage places that I work with, that stuff is pretty much made in the USA. But for all of the other things, they're getting a lot of that stuff from China and it's costing them pennies on a dollar. So anyway, this is how I go about creating pricing for any of the products that I sell. I am not sure how to add this particular spreadsheet to YouTube. I'll try to figure it out, but if I'm unable to do it, it's really simple. Like I said, let's take a look again. Figure out the materials you're going to use, the quantities, then the cost for what you're buying it for in total, and then you're gonna do per candle, per beard oil, per t-shirt. How much is all of this going to cost? And to figure that out, you simply divide the cost by the quantity, and then it'll give you your per candle, per beard oil, per t-shirt, per unit, per whatever you're selling cost. And then you sum all of that up here to get your total cost. And then you decide here what you're going to retail the product for. $50, $60, $40, $30. And then you figure out what your profit margin is going to be. And so here you can see the formulas here. If you need to stop and do a little bit of a screenshot, then that's perfectly fine. D16, you see that? D16 minus D15. So this is what you're going to retail it for minus the total cost. Then you are going to divide that by what you're going to retail it for to come up with what your profit margin is going to be. Now, again, you can play around with this number. If you're like, I don't want to sell my candles for $50, let's say $30. Then you're only making about 5%. Okay, so you don't want to do that if it costs you $28 to make the candle. Let's say $40. 29%, you're making $11 per candle. That's still pretty good. It just depends. Where I get most of my materials from and my supplies from, they are extremely expensive because they are luxury. So I have to charge more so that I can make money off of the products that I sell, because again, I'm not making them for my health. It's a business. And although I really, really love doing it and I'm passionate about it, I still have to make money. And every dime that I get from my business, I just throw right back into my business anyhow. So it's not like I'm taking that money and just, parlaying with it, just buying whatever, doing whatever. I put shit right back into my business so that I can make my business grow, and I can make it better. So again, this is the spreadsheet. Hopefully I can figure out a way to put it in the description box. I don't know if I can, but again, it's super simple math. You can Google profit margins. You can Google all of this stuff if you want. but this is basically, you know, what I do, and this is how I figure out my pricing. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, loves, and I will see you next time in the next video where we're gonna do some creativity, you know, so stay tuned. And also I have to do my facts video, my questions. I haven't gotten enough questions yet to really put it into a whole video, but as soon as I build up those questions, we're gonna be making that video next. So as always, keep your intentions for your day, for your life. Stay beautiful inside and out. Give off good vibes, high vibrations. Make sure you're meditating and you're taking care of yourself, which is so important as a person or a business owner. And yeah, just stay fabulous, stay beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, loves.